Welcome in everybody to Phoenix Holding. We are here today hosting Anito Legends, very experienced team. Welcome in James, welcome in JV. We are glad to host you
Thank you.
here. We're glad to have valuable people that speak with us and our community. And please introduce yourself a little bit. What is your experience in the space? Tell us how you get into crypto, and tell us a little bit more about the team and the project itself. So a clear introduction. Then we have a space for some questions that I might have for you, and then we move to the community as well. Okay, thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you very much again for this opportunity for presenting our project. Yes, my name is James. I'm the CEO of Anito Legends and one of the co-founders. How I got into crypto, I would admit that I am not an OG. I started my crypto journey just last year, dabbled on trading, doing some DeFi stuff here and there. I did not get burned with Luna, so don't worry. uh, but yeah, but besides my crypto experience, I'm a seasoned game developer. I've been making games for 7+ years with my partners, Jed, who's the chief creative officer, and Eric, our chief operating officer. Prior to this, we also have a studio called Popsicle Games. We've been making mobile games together for quite some time, and we were introduced to do a Web3 game with NFTs and blockchain. Um, and we grabbed that opportunity to do so, and now we're here. The game is out. It's launched and everything. And of course, I'm with JV, our chief marketing officer. Maybe yeah, JV, you'd like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name is JV Fernandez. I am one of the co-founders and CMO. I've known the three other co-founders for we go way back, maybe 15 years. With Eric, it's 20 years. I think what unites us as a team is our love for gaming. I used to beta test Eric's games on the Palm OS and Pocket PC. So that's how long he's been developing games. And I met James and Jed when we were gaming together, like back in the days of Guild Wars. We were part of a James had a regional guild here in Southeast Asia, so that's how we met. And it just so happened that we were all from the Philippines, and we finally met up in real life. I guess the pandemic was a very important time for us. Of course, it was very stressful and very lots of anxiety all over the place. But it gave us that opportunity, that rare opportunity to get together and to build something together. And we started building this game August of last year, and we actually we hit our first closed beta last February, and we have officially launched the early access just last August. So what you're seeing here now is the actual game. We have, I think, more than 1,500 minted NFTs. So we have a steady growing player base. So yes, I guess what's important to note is that this game is already out. So yeah, thanks.
It is impressive. I like the way that you guys know each other for quite a long time. Congratulations also for the user base that is growing and the NFTs that you're minting. Might say that for sure community might see that you have experience in the space. So may I ask, I mean, I don't want a clear number, but around how many games you ever produce in your working timeline?
Uh, we produced more than 20 games. This is all for mobile, casual games. The scope is, of course, not as big as what we're doing now.
Mhm.
But yeah, we were able to successfully launch more or less 20+ games.
Very interesting.
I
Yeah, yeah, I like what I see. You make any kind of sort of game? You have any specialization? I mean, you focus on certain kind of games, or you are full on company that produce any kind of it?
Well, when we started, we were making a lot of casual games. So games that are things that you will play while waiting for the bus or waiting in line to do something. Very quick time wasters. We also dabbled in a lot of word games before. One of my Jed is really fond of word puzzles, so we decided to make word games. We also made an idol game that actually uh, the theme was our Philippine elections back in 2016, where you could support a candidate by trying to raise votes as much as you can, and that actually also kind of predicted on who became the next president.
Mhm.
It was very similar to what the surveys were saying.
Yeah, that's very surprising.
Mhm.
Small kid, yeah,
Interesting, actually.
Yeah, it's called vote clicker.
Interesting.
You could keep tapping and people you'd vote for your candidate. So it's basically one of
Hmm.
those idle
It's
tapping games.
quite fun
I think
also.
I think yeah, I think of note
Are all your
uh
games? Yeah, sorry. Keep going.
I think of note if you're talking about hits, Eric released a game back in the day called Street Food Tycoon. It had about 50 million downloads on the Play Store and the App Store. There's another
Wow.
game called Pocket Arcade, about 5 million. So I think sum total we're about shy of 60 million on the App Store and Play Store.
How many of these games are backed by blockchain? So they have a cryptocurrency that back them up, and many others they have not.
no, these are Web 2 games. So these were made
Up to games.
yeah, years before years before play to earn and NFTs were even invented.
Yeah, started as trend. Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
What do you think also about the GameFi trend? Lately, we've seen a lot of games launching, and just the most quality one where we're succeeding. There is a huge amount of competition, and people might lose a little bit of hype to play games. I'm not saying that this will be the case because the game is quite catchy, and for sure people would love to spend time with it. But how you see the future of the market in GameFi? Tell us a little bit more about it.
Right. I think GameFi is very interesting, especially with the technology and what you can do to reward your players. Because in Web 2 games, all you do is, as developers, we try to monetize players as much as we can, of course, to get revenue. But here in Web 3 and GameFi, uh, we could genuinely reward players by rewarding cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and the NFTs are actually their assets, so they're free to do whatever they want. So this is a very interesting prospect for us. It opens up to a lot of ideas, that things that we cannot do back in Web 2. Now we have some very exciting ideas that we can do with Web 3. Um, and yeah, and I must say that one sad fact that we've been seeing also as other competitors or other projects out there, that um, they like to do their fundraise first, but do not create a product or at least an MVP to present to potential investors. So we really came in and wanted to shake that up and say we want to make a game first. And while doing our seed and private round investments, we continue to build our game, our product, and continue to refine it. In fact, when we released the beta, or sorry, we released our early access, we've already done 40 iterations or 40 updates to the game. So what you're seeing now on the screen is a product of that. It's a very polished experience when you play it. It's not some alpha or some buggy game. Oh, of course, there's some small bugs here and there, but when you play it, it's as solid as it can get.
Have always time to improve every single details and any aspect of our products, but for sure a lot of projects miss out the standards. So adding an MVP is for sure needed in the market for trust on investors base, and give also trust on the team itself, that for sure show up that they know what they're doing. I might say I didn't play the game yet, but I will for sure try this out because I like PvP games. A question about sustainability. You say that you're gonna reward and you want in general to reward players in playing the games, and so your investor as well. What is the plan to keep it sustainable? How much you divide your economics? Tell us a little bit more about the techs that are behind your token and game itself, how the tokenomics is distributed, and more, please.
Right. So our tokenomics, well, we have a dual token system. We have two tokens, which is Loro, which is what we're doing the pre-sale now. It is the governance token, and we plan a lot of utilities for this. So one is, of course, we're rolling out a breeding system in the game. We call it summoning. So to summon more Anitos, you'll be needing Lero and actually some Ginto to also breed. Ginto, on the other hand, is the rewards token. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. With Lero, we also want, in the future, we're also planning community votes for holders. They could vote on things like banning certain weapons for the next season because it's too strong or yeah, too dominating. So as a holder and part of the community, you will have a say on how you want to shape the meta
Everything
of the
all the way.
gameplay. Yeah. Um, and we also are planning a battle pass system. Holders could use Loro as payment for the battle pass. If you're not a gamer or not familiar with the battle pass, it's basically a small fee or small subscription fee that you pay, and you level up. While you level up, you unlock certain items and weapons that are only found in the battle pass. So this gives value back also again to the player. And yeah, of course, we're also planning to roll out our secondary marketplace where people could buy and sell their NFTs, their Anitos. So Loro will also be used as a form of currency on that platform.
So I'm showing off right now the PvP. It's asynchronous, and we're actually battling other players. So it's an idle battler, which means uh, it's easy for you to find matches. You don't have to wait for someone to come into a match. That's because everything is done in the background. We just randomly match you with other players in the leader, and then you progress in the leaderboard. Looks like I'm gonna lose this fight. There I
Yeah,
go.
So you say this idle battle system, right? So people just, I mean, the system plays for you when you drink, eat, and sleep as well.
Yeah,
uh,
so
yeah.
it's
Go ahead.
semi-idle, I guess, right? You'll have to, you can set your attack and defense teams, and when you're attacking other players, you can, it has to be, of course, active, meaning to say you choose the battle, but it plays itself. But you can also set your defense team and just leave it be. I think the inspiration for this game is, we, as a bunch of friends, we really like playing a lot of Korean and Japanese gacha games like Last Claudia, Arc Knights, Counterside, those sorts of things. Cookie Run. So we take inspiration from these gacha casual games where you can, um, as we said, the background and experience is really in the casual space. So how can we attract players, more players? It's by being able to run it on affordable smartphones, and it won't take up too much of your time. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can get your fix. But of course, if you want to go deeper, we can show you some numbers later. We can post it in the Telegram chat. There are players who are,
Well,
1 hour, two
again,
hours.
my bad. Sometimes I speaking you over because my connection is bad and I think you finished to speak. So yeah, I was saying I think that it's a good plan to targeting different kind of users from the one that want to play longer time and someone that just need to break up 5 or 10 minutes that he has free, just don't think about stuff and just using sometimes on the phone as well. I think that you're doing a great job. I like your graphics as well, and be sure maybe in the time somebody else will start to take inspiration from your games as well, not just you from all the kind of styles. I like what I see from you. So yeah, I think that we covered up. I think that the game plan is quite fair, explained and clear, at least. Let me say, you already start to raise some IDOs, already concluded and filled. Can you explain to the community a little bit more about the numbers, the IDOs that they're still able to buy, where, when? Give us some numbers and dates, please.
Sure. So we filled recently with an IDO with BSCLaunch. With them we were able to fill out 100K USD. So we're very happy with that. The next opportunity for to be able to participate is with PinkSale, which is happening on October 29, which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. UTC. So we're racing there at around 50K. So we invite everybody to participate if you want to help support the project. There's no whitelist, so just simply um, go over the time and try to do your allocations. And we're doing one more with DAOStarter on November 2 to 4.
What is the total amount raised through the IDOs? What was the allocation of a private, if that happened? There was also a seed phase as well, please.
Sure. So for the seed raise, we were able to for the seed and private, we were able to raise a combined of 1 million USD. So we're very lucky to be able to achieve that also, given the market conditions. We actually tried to do our race as early as last November, and then it started to slow down come in January of this year. And then, of course, June and July, you can forget about racing with VCs anymore. So we're very lucky, and um, we're making sure to be very cost efficient with our runway.
I mean, I think that valuable projects are always recognized in any kind of market. So I may say you have a good contacts through venture capitals. Can you name some that people might be aware? Some famous ones, some people that need to be noticed. I mean, how many ventures you contact to raise 1 million? Just couple or many?
Sure. So our biggest supporter is Exnetwork Capital. I think they're very well known in the space. They've been investing in very big projects like Star Atlas, My Neighbor Alice. We were lucky also for X Network to incubate us. This opened to doors to other their VC partners. We've also got a raise from AVG. I think they're from the Russian community. Um, Another is AlphaCoin.
AVSTAR,
Yeah,
AlphaCoin,
yeah.
um,
There's a number.
uh,
Sorry, there's a lot. uh,
Name all of them. It's good. I think that it's good to share with different ventures. It's also good for marketing as well because
yes.
later on I just discovered that most of the times it's great marketing itself, having your name and your funds with the right people in the space, just not focusing in just cold channels and stupid shitcoin marketing. So I think that the venture and good venture with the kind of name and backing is the right way to do. There is a vesting for these rounds that happen. Will be a vesting for the IDOs as well.
Yes, there will be a vesting for the IDOs. There will be a 25% vesting across 3 months. So yeah.
Yeah, of how much?
Uh, Sorry, you cut off. I didn't get the whole
There
question.
is a there is a TGA for these tokens.
Yes, the TGE. We're still finalizing it, but the TGE will be on the week of November 7.
Will be your launch time, yes, but I was saying what percentage they get TG.
Oh, sorry, at TGE, it's at 25% at TGE.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And what was the max contribution for all the rounds for seed phase, private? What is the back side?
For the max contribution for seed and private, we usually put a maximum of 200K.
Hello, man, you hear me? Sorry, maybe my
Yeah.
microphone cracked a little bit. What was the minimum contribution also, please?
Oh, sorry. The minimum we required investors at the beginning, 100K, and then as market conditions deteriorated, we allowed at least around 50K for the minimum.
Yeah, still big bags, but that's the reason why you raised 1 million so far. I mean, focusing in good investors that are ready to
Yeah.
wait a little bit. You said you started to raise last November, so it's quite a while people wait, but I think that the results are paying off. I think the results of your project delivering. So congratulations for everybody that contributed here. I don't know if somebody of them are here listening, but congratulations to you if you did. Actually, I like what I hear. I think that the plan is solid, especially thinking about how you set up the roadmap, at least the initial one. Let's talk about a little bit of the future roadmap of what you have in plan, what you might add, what is your marketing focusing also, because as you might know, and we already said about the market condition are not the best at the moment, but I think that there is no wall that might stop a good project to succeed. Not saying that will happen in a couple of weeks, the best moment succeeding, but I'm sure that you have everything settled up, or at least you are managing to have a roadmap for the marketing as well. Where you plan to go? What is your target? What is your main audience? How you plan to go to the market with this project?
Okay. Maybe I can.
So
Oh, sorry.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead,
I,
James.
I'll,
I can
I'll,
add. I can follow after.
yeah, I will touch on the product side, and then JV will touch on the marketing side. So for the next features, we plan to roll out the other features, like I said, the summoning, the secondary marketplace, and of course the play and earn features. Um, we've been developing, like I said, we've been developing since last year. We never stopped, even during fundraising and bad market conditions. We kept on building, so it's paying off right now. And with the pace of our developers, we're hoping that we could get it out by end of this year. Everything, if not uh, early next year, definitely. You know how these things are. Sometimes there's unforeseen delays. So, but rest assured, we just keep on building. We don't stop because we're very excited to bring out the more features. Yeah, JV, maybe you could talk about the marketing side of things.
Yeah. So one of the biggest advantages of our product is, well, the game is out, and we already have a growing player base. We want to treat this game like many other gacha games that we've played in the past. That means to say we want to have what we call seasonal events, and we actually just released our first one, the Halloween event. Um, if you notice the lobby, it has this nice Halloween theme. We introduced a new NPC, this bat over here. It's basically, she's just the one who gives out the updates. And then we introduced new weapon meta called haunted weapons, where uh, it really helps in the PvP meta. So again, every season the meta changes, which makes the players more interested and it keeps them engaged. So there's no one particular build that your PvP team has that can just win every time. So it's very mixed and very interesting to mix and match. Um, We're working on, of course, as James mentioned, the summoning feature, secondary marketplace. Then we're of course going to launch the new class. I already posted it in your chat. So we're launching a new class to help in this bear market. We realized when we launched this game, when we thought about this game, there was no recession yet. The bear market was not yet around. So we want to do some fixes and introduce a new class that can help onboard more players without while still respecting the first four classes that we released. And of course, lastly, because of the holidays, we have the holiday update that's going to be coming out also soon. It's most likely going to be another crafting event. I forgot to mention we have what we call the raid battle. Let me post it in the chat, where we want to redefine the meaning of guilds. Where, now when you have gaming guilds, it's really about maximizing earnings for the scholar. But then we want to bring back the fun element, like the true meaning of the guild is a bunch of players with a common goal to take down a big boss. So we're planning to do big raid battles where all the players can contribute to take them down. I'll post a mock-up in our chat. Uh, it really makes it more interesting and engaging for everyone to play because you'll require more than 3 to start. And it's something that the players have been looking forward to. I guess if you check our Discord, you'll see that a lot of the chat, it's really nice and authentic, and people are talking about PvP meta. They're talking about new features. They're talking about builds for the game. Not much about token actually, which is we find it interesting because people are invested in the game, and we like it that way. We are indie devs by nature, which means that when people report bugs, we go out and fix them. We have, I guess, our marketing, you could say, is very organic. We launched in 4 platforms: iOS, Android, PC, and Mac, and that is by design because we want to be able to reach a wider plethora of audience. So by having the cheaper NFTs and by having it on all platforms, and it will allow us really to set the stage for the time when more people can come to play. So yeah, I think that's most of the plans. We have other partnerships also coming up. I'm sure you've heard of Web3 platforms like Metaverse Go. Um, they're more on the play for rewards. They've been in the news lately, So they're more into the play for rewards, where I can use a token to pay for my phone bill or to buy coffee. It's more of coupons. So we're looking into that also, where players, if they don't want to cash out their token, they can use it for these small rewards, which are also, it's really one of the best utilities for Web3 also. So yeah, that's mostly it. Unless I forgot something, James.
No, I think you
Yeah,
mentioned
that's
maybe
a it's a it's a
yeah, maybe just to add on Metaverse Go, I think one of their objectives also is to onboard non-Web3 natives into these Web3 products. So we're very excited
yeah.
also with integrating with them very soon.
Yeah. So the goal is really mass adoption. So I think Metaverse Go will be. I think we're the first local project here to onboard with them. So
Yep.
we're quite happy to do that. So we're setting the stage for that.
Glad to hear. Actually, it's really important to set up community engagement with events and keep the community active. So you don't lose traction. You keep the people interested in what the game is and what is actually doing. A lot of people forget about events. They just think that the people are in the game and they will stay there for forever, which is pretty not arrogant, but let's say that they underestimated the power of the global distraction. People might forget about things, and as soon as they don't see much more interaction or will to play, they move to the new one. So I think that your tactic to go always with events is a good one. I like the partnership way that you want to do as well. I'm not sure if you're the first one that engage with them in your country, but you might be. So good luck with that as well. You say that you have the cheapest NFTs. I don't think we answered this question. How much your NFTs boxes will cost? Because I see that you have three kind of boxes for sale, right?
Yes, we have three tiers. The common, epic, and legendary. The common box to start, it's at 40 BUSD, and you need three NFTs to play, or three Anitos. So that's a 120 BUSD. JV mentioned also a while ago that we're also planning like a more affordable tier that will come out in the future, just to address what everybody is experiencing right now. So yeah, we will. That's our solution to help mitigate the bear
Right,
market and
right.
the recession.
Right. What this is a side question still about marketing. What do you think about Twitch exposure? I lately seen a lot of good results in using influencers, especially game projects. Actually, people that they're gamers themselves, so they do gameplays, streams, and more than that, you already have a contact with some of them. You're planning to do it. What about that?
Yeah, we actually have some local content partners. They stream the game almost every week, once a week, and the reception of the game is when we watch their streams is very positive. People are surprised to see what kind of game this is, and especially the theme of the game. It's using Filipino mythology and everything, so it's very identifiable right away.
So we have a what we call the KOL or content creator program, and it's basically a program that allows content creators to I think promo codes and other benefits, and then they stream the game. So we have some partnerships. I think I can link that into the Telegram chat. You can check it out. We embedded some videos, um, something you can take a look at. I think that's really the biggest advantage because at least we have streamers who are already there and they can play.
Yeah.
So I think the best feedback we've gotten was that it's fun, and they've become in a way sort of ambassadors of the game, and they've brought in a lot more players are from their own respective communities. They've brought them into to ours, and that's how we're also growing our player base. So our goal now is to expand and get a more diverse uh, streaming streaming partners. The data I showed in the chat shows that our top country after the Philippines would be Thailand, and then Italy, Canada, the UAE, and then after that it just splits from China, Indonesia, Vietnam, and we have players from Estonia actually for some reason, and we're we're quite happy that people are playing, and I think that's the biggest reward that developers can have when people play their game and they give feedback because it really means that they like it, or if they want to suggest improvements or report bugs, it also means that they're really engaged and they care about the product a lot. So we always take that into account. I guess that's our organic marketing strategy also. So yeah.
For sure is surprising when somebody likes something that you did with your own hands, you know, like when you cook food for somebody and eats with pleasure. I think it's the same thing that you produce something that people enjoy to spend time with. Is outside of the revenue stream for sure, but personal realization on saying that I'm really good in doing what I'm doing is something amazing, you know. And I wish that everybody might have some skill set that can show up to the world and really enjoy these moments of realization, which are really, really great for the soul and for everybody experience as well. Actually, you guys have been really exhaustive. We like the screen that you're sharing constantly. I mean, it's catchy and the people for sure would like to play about that. We are almost 40 minutes in this AMA, so I will give now some space for the community for some questions because I see a lot of hands raised, and then I will move to read some up from the chat as well. So give them a little bit of time. I pick the first speaker for today. But no, before. Where is it? Where is it? I promise you. Where is Odinur? Odinur, you're allowed to speak. Welcome in.
Yes, hello,
Odinur.
Anito Legend.
Hello, man. How
My
you doing?
question is,
Welcome in.
how? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm great. Okay. My question is, how does the game actually complete strategy and not routine stuff like the other games out there? Then last question is, does the NFT discount for the early birds still going on? If yes, can we have the details, please? Thank you.
Yeah, maybe JV, you'd like to talk about the strategy and depth of the game.
All right, so we have two gameplay loops. The earlier I was showing you the PVE, which is basically the tower mode, and or the adventure mode as some call it. So what that means is players would go and see how far they can clear a tower with using one life only. And so if you've played games like Darkest Dungeon or Slay the Spire, it's quite similar in concept. So it's a roguelike. A roguelike means you only have one chance to get to attempt something until if you die, you go back to the start and then you repeat it again. So the purpose of that is to acquire uh, materials to craft better items. And I can show you the crafting screen here. So for example, I want to craft, let's say, this gem staff, for instance. These are materials that I've picked up along the way before, and if I can craft it right now, so we have some animation here, and then so I don't think you hear sound, but there's sound in the background because I'm streaming. So all of that is used here in PvP. So fighting other players and equipping them with items. I think more than it's not really just rock, paper, scissors. It's more like the strategy of placement and also the type of mix and match of equipment. So unlike other games like for example Axie, where you have some NFTs that are quite, after some point they become useless. That's why they sell for a lower price. The way the NFTs work here is that they have random stats, but then these stats can always be augmented by equipment. So it's similar to the job system of Final Fantasy, where let's say if your Anito doesn't have a lot of health, I can always add more health by giving him better equipment. So for example, like this guy, this horseman, if you remove this weapon, um, he actually doesn't have a lot of health. Sorry, not a lot of attack. But if I put it back, it increases his attack quite high. And that's what I mean by mixing and matching. So there's always a viable build for a character. And then you have these charms. The charm system is basically a way for you to further augment your team. If you've noticed when we were playing, when some of my units die, my back units automatically do an ultimate attack, and that's part of the charm system. There's a item that does that. So once a player rises up the leaderboards, so here's the leaderboard right now. We only show the top 20. So I'm actually not in it anymore because I used to be number 10 and then I'm gone. So people have been playing when I was asleep perhaps. But then you also have the rewards here and they're rewarded in pearls. So we have an in-game conversion system where these pearls, which is the in-game currency, can be converted into the Ginto token, which is the reward token. So in other words, it's like SLP. And we have a currency conversion system that's dynamic. It fluctuates based on demand, conversion, number of players, so on and so forth, so that we can control the supply. And that's one way how people can cash out. So they can use the pearls to convert to the reward token, or they can use it to for craft materials, buy items, buy more blueprints, or buy special items that appear only on certain days. Like this vendor here. This vendor only appears on a Friday, and you can buy special items or sell your items that you've farmed. So we wanted to make sure that whatever you pull from the gacha has a particular use. The NFTs are the units. We don't have NFT weapons, at least not yet, because we wanted to make sure that the meta is balanced. Because once you put the weapon on chain, that's it, right? You can't really change it anymore. So that would be unfair in the future for other players. So our game is not pay to win. It's more like the if you buy NFTs that are more are rare, like the legendary or epic, for example, it just helps you unlock things a bit faster. But once like maybe once you've been playing for a while, everything really evens out. So even if you can win with a common set. So that's the basic summary of the game.
Yeah, and for
Been
the
very
this
exhaustive in the explanation. I want to give
the
us some time to other people, so thank
Thank you so much. And please don't forget to share to us about the details of NFT discount promo if still going on.
okay. Yeah,
Oh yeah, there
actually,
is a still discount going on.
well, for your community, we're giving a coupon code, 50% discount to all NFT purchases. It is just use the code PH50, all caps, and yeah, you get 50% discount. Good for 24 hours only.
We can type
Thank you
that in
so
the
much.
chat.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Odino, for your questions. I have actually a guy that is spamming in the chat with a lot of questions, so I might give him the voice here to speak. Abdul Rahim. Abdul Rahim, welcome in. You're allowed to speak.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing, man?
Yeah, good man. How are you?
All right, all right. Glad was this MIA and hearing a lot of good things. So I hope you have a good question for the team.
Yeah, can I go on?
Sure, man.
My question is about I can see that Anito Legends has two game modes such as single and multiplayer mode. My exact question is about multiplayer mode. How many players can participate in this mode? Will people be able to chat or speak while playing this game?
So for multiplayer mode, it there's no actually limit on how many people can participate. Everybody's of course invited to participate. You just have to be at level 5 and the multiplayer mode will open up, or the arena mode. And for to match with other people, yeah, as you can see on the screen, you just pick whoever you want to fight with. Some of their stats are also displayed on the list. And yeah, it's really up to you as a player on if you think if you could take them on, or if you're gonna lose. So that's the risk you have to take. And of course, the multiplayer mode also we have we limit it with a ticket system. So this ticket system, these tickets are consumed every time you do a multiplayer battle or a PvP battle, and it refreshes over time.
So what about the chat feature or any voice feature in the game while
Chat
playing this game?
we don't really plan a text or voice chat feature as we feel that this might cause some problems in the future. You may see it in other games, especially in toxic in nature. We're also a very casual environment, so we don't feel that there's a real need for text chat. But we do have we plan something like an emote system in the future to at least um, give some emotions while you're doing your battles on PvP.
Nice, man. I
Yeah,
have another important question about
yeah, no, and it's okay. Two questions, I think,
breeding.
are more than enough. Th-
You
Thank you so much, Raul. I
okay?
have a lot of
Okay,
questions to host, so we give some space to everybody else. Thank you for your question,
okay.
though.
Thank you,
You're
thank you.
very good. I
Okay,
have a
okay, okay. I understand.
It's okay, man. I have a couple of questions from the chat, actually. One comes along with your answer right now. It's talking about the competitive matches. It's talking about that players might compete with that through skill base. So they should have a ranking, so they can compete with any kind of ranking. Is all mixed up with everybody else, So every rank can play with everybody, or who is stronger can play with who is stronger. And second question is about if you can explain the difference of the two tokens that you have and what you can do regardless with those.
Okay, sorry. I might have missed the question. The first question, was it about having the PvP with ranking or unranked?
Yeah, the competitive and guild side. So you fight the big bosses. So everybody is allowed to play with everybody, or there is a ranking in the
Okay.
game itself. So I'm allowed to
Okay.
play with people of my same skill set.
Okay. So the raid battle actually is a very interesting one. It is more of a co-op or a cooperative experience with the community. So you're not really fighting anyone, but you're trying to fight a boss, an AI boss that has very big life and high damage. So the goal there is, as a community, try to take down that big boss, and of course you'll need in this game mode you'll need more than 3 Anitos. So that's why we're encouraging others there to, if you could stock up on your Anitos, that would be beneficial for you in the future. But yeah, more Anitos will be on the playing field. That's the only hard requirement. But besides that, anybody can participate. And of course, those who contribute the largest damage to the boss will, of course, be rewarded aptly in the game. Now, for the two token system, the Laro and Ginto, yeah, I already mentioned some utilities of Laro. Now, Ginto is, as said by JB, is like our SLP. It's the rewards token. So we're also planning so how we want to do the play to earn is players will earn perlas in the game. I think you could see. Is there an icon that you can show? Oh, never mind. But whenever you do PvP or single player, you will earn perlas, and in the perlas is the in-game currency that which you could buy more potions, more equipment, crafting materials, etc. And this is used to also to convert into Ginto. So JV also mentioned that we're planning like an Oracle system to have that dynamic conversion for Ginto for Perlas into Ginto. So that's how we're handling basically the two token system.
Understand. Thank you so much for that. Let's say that we can answer a couple of more questions before to have you giving last speech of the project. So I'll meet somebody else. So let's see. We have here. Let's pick me somebody that I didn't pick in the past. Uh, speak. Welcome in.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Well, nice presentation.
Man,
And I'm just curious on your NFTs. So I just wanted to know where does the money for the minting, like where does the minting money for the NFT, where does it go? Is there buyback or is there a plan for a staking protocol for the NFTs?
So for the NFTs to be transparent to everybody, it goes to our treasury. We plan this as early revenue for us to, of course, help with development and implement new features and stuff. As the question to a plan for multi-chain, we're open to it. We actually just want to launch first and see how it goes. But we're definitely looking into other chains in the future. There are very solid projects out there. One is of course Polygon is catching my attention. Uh, Maybe who knows in the future, ADA or Cardano could also be a viable solution. So we'll see in the future, but definitely we're not close to for being on a single chain.
Thanks for the answers.
thank you so much to you. What's it for your question? Let's unmute somebody else. Oh man, today we have a lot of people asking questions. This means there's a huge interest. It's damn iPad. I might buy a couple of bags here if I can tomorrow. Let's see. We have Excel. Excel, you're allowed to speak. Welcome in.
Okay, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
I do.
Okay, thank you, sir. My
You're
question,
welcome.
okay, thank you. Wait, sir.
Brother, you can speak.
Okay. My question, so is the game web-based version or mobile-based version? Do
Oh,
we have to download before we can play it?
so the game is out right now for most major platforms. We have it on PC, Mac, Android, and iOS. The caveat: iOS, you just have to sign up for the test flight. Android, just download the APK from our website via official links. And yeah, you need to download the game, and then of course purchase NFTs first to be able to start playing the game.
Thank you, James.
Thank you
No
to
problem.
you, Excel. We have one straight up question from the chat from Christian. He's talking about the vesting and the danger of people dumping their tokens, especially because they have very big bags at launch. I think he's asking also about if you guys have a plan to settle up some buybacks to pump back the chart. If your marketing side for sure have a good plan, we heard before, so we already know what you have in plan, but maybe hearing that, he wanted to hear something more powerful to get back, not to live the chart, because I'm sure it will be successful, but to avoid that the dump at launch will be too much big. Do you have any solution for that? Because we lately see that big IDOs especially suffer a little bit in the first weeks after launch. What your thoughts about it?
Right. Yeah, we get this question a lot on on the vesting and dumping. So of course we have our vesting schedules could all be found on our white paper. I welcome everybody to take a look at it. But to answer the question directly, we do have vesting schedules for the seed and private round. They are vested over 10 months and 5% for the first 2 months, and then the next, I think it's at 10% for the rest of the remaining months. well, to provide to avoid selling pressure, I think the best way to combat this is really, since we are a GameFi Web3 game, we are prepared to, well, as I said, we've continuously building, and we're rolling out the features as fast as possible, and we want to give value to all the token holders out there, that we already have a working product. It just needs some time to get these things out, and we will share all these good news once we're sure on the dates. Definitely nearing the launches, we will be publishing on what the features are, more detailed news on it, how the summoning works, how the play to earn will work, all those things that we plan to announce, and hopefully this will relieve the selling pressure, and people won't dump the tokens and see the real value of Laro and Ginto.
See, I think that you also mentioned it because he has the point that you guys made the game out already. So build up the hype in the community is already done because you already have a working product. So it works in the opposite way sometimes with people and mindset. A lot of people work differently, especially in terms of investments and how they move their money and how and when they want to take their profit. So yeah, for some people it's concerning, even if for me it's a PowerPoint having a product ready, that there will be less hype in the time. So they say that it might be even better to launch the game later, but it's not my point of view. I'm just talking about everybody else's mindset as well. So yeah, I think that this is the main worry about the people, is that there is not enough hype after launch because it's already everything out. But I think that this team have a solution planned with events, with keep the engagement with community. So I'm sure that they know what they're doing. So we might see from the game that you like it or not. But general capabilities are quite obvious here. So I don't think that people should worry much about the hype, but they just should enjoy the game itself. At my point of view, this is the base. GameFi doesn't really have to think about just the token. The profit out of it will come to playing as well. So just enjoy the passive income that you have playing with the game itself, and you're settled up. At my point of view, then you think about your investment as well. This is another side of the story, but the main goal here is have fun as well, guys. So games are made for that. So just think about that more than anything else. I want to give space to you guys because we almost concluded our time here, to the team, to give to the community and to everybody else close roundup of what you want to say to us. Again, remember us important dates and notes that we have to keep in our mind. And yeah, some last conclusion before we say goodbye.
Sure. Well, again, thank you for giving us the opportunity to do this AMA with your wonderful community. The questions are really good. First time we've gotten these questions on an AMA, so we really do appreciate that. So yeah, important dates. Again, if you're interested in supporting the project, please don't forget to participate on our Pink Sale race tomorrow, October 29 at 4 p.m. UTC. Please make sure to maybe we'll post some links later, but yeah, you could invest there. We're also doing it via DAOStarter on November 2 to 4. I think they have a whitelist there, so make sure to follow up in case you want to do your IDO there. And yeah, if you want to learn more about the project, just feel free to go to our website, AnitoLegends.com. All our links to the white paper, the marketplace, the NFT marketplace are already there. So yeah, and if you want to go have a chat with us, we have our Telegram links there, and also our Discord, discord.anitolegends.com. We're very active on both platforms. So if you want to ask some more questions on the project, on the game, what we're planning to do in the future and stuff, we'll be there to answer your questions. And yeah, lastly, the promo code, I'd like to remind everybody, it's the letter P and H number 50, all caps. It's 50% discount to all NFT purchases, good for 24 hours. So I hope everybody would take advantage. This is a good opportunity to try the game and see how solid it is, and just give it a try yourself. And if you're convinced on the product, I hope you'd also invest with us with tomorrow's race. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, James and JV. I invite you also to Don't Be a Stranger. Feel free to come on Phoenix Holdings and share your updates anytime that you have some valuable. Keep connection with your investors, because I'm sure that here you're going to have quite a lot. So yeah, just show up anytime when you want to say hi, even. You always welcome. It was a real pleasure to host a valuable team as yours here, and so producer of such good games. Can see the time that we can speak again, hopefully in chat or another receive. I wish you good luck for everything, and see you soon.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.